That was assumed.
Oh, I was there. You called that guy that slur.
Hey, I don't have any chips for you to take yet, so.
I love when people pull out those. I have rice cards.
I had a right one.
Yes, you have the right to do what you like.
Joke's on you. I'm a sovereign citizen. All right.
Sovereign.
Unfortunately, that means that you have forfeited.
S-O-V-E-R-E-I-N. So close. Was that close? Was that actually close?
All you need to do is spell one.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What kind of
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't belong to America. It belongs to me.
So if the police don't enforce it, I've got a guy who's going to take it. It's okay? Just checking. We're not abiding by laws, right?
1, 2.
I can pretty much just rob and steal.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1.
Any other players?
I don't really know how to work any of the stream, to be honest, but the audio setup.
Oh, so let me show you. You might, you got the mic. Okay. So,
Sophie!
I like it like this.
Sophie!
Hello, 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 and welcome everybody. Hava Poker. It is Sunday night, and we are ready to start our poker tournament. We have a nice 10 players ready to go. All right, maybe there's 8. We're not sure. Anyways, it starts at 7:30 to 8 o'clock every Sunday night here at Hava. What happens is we have a free poker tournament, and you can get on here, and you can see your live stream, which we run every Sunday night. We all have 2 tournaments tonight, one at 8 and one at immediately following, usually around 9:30 or 10 or so. There is no cost to join. You will win a bar tab if you win. What we also will do is you could join in up to the end of the first round. So blinds go up every 10 minutes. So they have 10 minutes to join this tournament right now. Looks like we have Rob. Looks like he's signing up. So that'll be 10. George is probably here. Tasso's here. We might have 12, 15 players. So what happens then is after the first round, no one can sign up anymore. And as people drop out, we'll fill the seats in. We're going to hold the tournament at the 100, 200 level until every player that's waiting in line is here, and then we will start the play. So we're going to get this puppy rolling. They're going to set everybody up, get everyone's name on there. And if you want to play, come on down. Stuart, Florida, Hava, 1562 Southeast Federal Highway, every Sunday evening. In the meantime, let me do a little rundown. Let you know who's sitting over here. We got Tasso's in seat number 1. He's the gentleman left of the dealer in the white T-shirt. He's right, like the little boy on the left. Just kidding. The second one on the right, that's Pierce right next to him. Players 3, 4, and 5 are Johanna, which is the lady in the white. We've got Sonia in the gray jacket, and Luke in the black jersey. Seat number 6, we have Charlie in the blue. We've got Chris in the black hoodie. We've got George in the Steelers shirt, And then finally in seat number 9, we have Ellie, and followed by Makani on the right. That's the first 10 players in the tournament. Oh yeah, we are on a live stream, so our software picks up the cards. Have you seen that? Which one? It's behind.
Cards in the air. Confirm you're running.
Confirm. All right. Round and round they go. Where it stops, we're going to find out in a second. They're going to deal for first pot. We're going to see who the dealer is as our dealer resets the timer clock so we can get this thing started. Okie dokie. So we got this started. They are already ready to go. Luke is going to be the Luke's going to be on the button, so that means that Georgia is going to be under the gun. She'll be going first. She's in the Steelers jersey over there. Hoodie? Jersey? Hoodie? What do you call that?
It's a hoodie.
Thingamabob, I think it's called.
Tasso said all in his action stance. Verbal action stance. It's out of.
And she starts off with the King 5 offsuit. And as you can see, her cards are already in the middle. Makani's got an ace-9 off. He's going to make a little raise over there. Tasso's dumping his queen-9. Some people here would definitely play that. Pierce, we can't quite see what he has, but it looks like he made the call. 6-3.
Pierce makes the call with 6-3.
Well, Luke makes it with the 10-4. Charlie and Chris are in as well. 5 ways going to the flop right here. 10-4. We need to discuss that with Luke. Some people I know, they like to just see what they can do the first hand, but it's all so crazy.
I think everyone's excited to play, so they're just going to play any 2 cards for the first hand. Nobody with a jack in their hand. Anyone with a 4, which is Luke, is in the lead.
Of course,
right
the
now.
10-4 is in the lead. He's got a 52% chance of taking the pot down.
That's the walkie-talkie hand right there. Makes the call for 200.
Breaker 1-9. We got Luke making $200. Pierce bet with the 6-3 offsuit. Pierce put the money in first.
Pierce is just taking his stab on the flop. We like to see that. I think a lot of people have caught on to that idea of just throw some chips out there on the flop, see how many people you can get off it, and kind of evaluate where you are.
What I realize is Pierce is going to be announcing as soon as he's out. Maybe he's trying to get there first. he just wants to be done. Clearly, he likes announcing better than playing, I guess.
I think that makes a lot of sense. 2 rolls off to give Luke the best hand with a 4. We're going to go check. Pierce is going to check, and Luke is going to check as well.
And Luke takes it down. 10-4. As we sit here, make fun of the 10-4, he's the lead chip leader at 2,300 chips.
Here we go.
Let's take an early look at the leaderboard. We got Luke in first place with 2,300, and everybody else is about even, maybe down a few hundred, but that's about it. Hand number 2. I'm joined in the booth by Austin. Austin,
Hey
welcome to the booth.
Thank you so much. Good to be here. Fun times at Hava always.
What happened? Noted. We thought maybe our card reader was wrong because. Who's bartender? It's behind the bar. I'll show you.
No, it's mine. He stole from me. Wait, did I actually? Yeah. Are you being serious? I'm being serious. What like that? I don't want to be violent. I should have punched him immediately.
No. It needs to be.
Moving on to the next hand here. Ellie picks up a pair of jacks. Makani picks up a pair of 9s right behind her. He's going to make the call with the 9s, taking it easy to begin here. A lot of people like to jam pocket pairs, but
What's neat about that is Ellie raised. Makani only called with a pair of 9s. Usually he's a little more aggressive than that.
usually that's
Maybe it's because it's his wife.
Sonia.
pockets.
into
No,
the-
she folds the
folds
eights.
the eights. Oh no.
I mean, it was a good call, but still, and there's only 1-8 left.
Yeah,
Cause
now we're gonna see an 8.
oh,
from-
Georgia's not going to like this. She's going to make the call with the ace jack, and there are no jacks left. So
Charlie makes a call with the king 8.
it's going to be tough for Johanna to hit it straight. I'll tell you that.
I already know what hand Georgian has.
A lot of people in the spot. How many ways are we here?
We're going
7?
7 ways to the flop. Let's take a look at our flop cam. Our flop cam, sponsored by Hava, is a 264.
I think everybody misses here, so I think jacks are still in the lead, correct?
Yeah, nobody hit a thing, so you can see right there.
No, there's a pair of 6s for Luke, but he's still behind. He doesn't know it. And
He
bets
thinks he's
200.
good. 7 people in the pot. Only 1 person raised, which might make him realize that Ellie's got a 44% chance to win the pot. Less than 50%.
Let's see what Ellie does.
But she's
here.
still the favorite.
Here's Ellie making the smooth call.
McConaughey's not going to let it fly. He's going to take a raise. Watch this. Oh, he only
McConaughey
called.
makes the call. McConaughey's changing his ways. This is reformed McConaughey we are
Maybe
watching
they got
here.
secret telepathic powers or something.
I heard that happens when you get married.
By the way, the pocket 8, oh, she folded earlier, right? The pocket
eights
8s?
folded earlier,
Because,
yes.
I mean, if you have pocket 8s, you got to think you're good here.
Yeah, if you have 9s, you think you're good here.
Nothing. Looks like a possible straight, but who could be
I
in here
don't
with the
think
straight?
Anyone's worried about a 5 here, although it's going to check all the way around. Maybe they are worried about a 5.
You never know what these people have. Oh, and Luke picks it up again! Oh, no, sorry. I thought that was a 6. Thought he had, that was
Right,
last
right,
hand he had the force.
Ellie's still good, but she wants to
Oh,
check. Luke's going to throw in 200. Ellie's going to make the call, and so is McConaughey.
I had a jack, I had ace jack, and I was like, I feel like with all these people in his hand, I'm dead.
There's Ellie's saying there's no way she's good on this board and that she can't fold. I think you're good on this board with jacks 99%
right?
of the time.
if you have jacks and you want all the other cards lower than a stick, 6, I'm in.
Literally. Looking at the chip count, Ellie picks up first place. Luke right behind her in second, and everyone else with relatively their starting stack, maybe minus a couple of chips donated to Ellie and Luke.
I played one game with ace jack, and Ellie raised under the gun. I was like, I feel like everybody at the table called. I'm like, I just got to fold this hand.
Coming to the next hand, Pierce wakes up with a great hand here. Ace King off. He's going to raise to 300 on the $25 blind.
Sonia, I mean, she folded the 8. She's folding a 7. Luke's going to, of course, make the call. This is the best hand he's had.
You're going down, Luke. You're going down.
Ellie's going to make the call from the big blind with Jack 9 suited. Hoping to flop the world here, and if not, she's probably just going to let it go.
All right, let's see what we got here. We got a 10 of spades, an 8, 9, 10. So Ellie with the middle pair and the straight draw. Luke's got top pair. Pair. Let me rephrase that. What just happened?
That was weird.
Our numbers were off. Let's try this again. Ellie with the straight draw. Pierce with the gut shot. Luke with the pair. Everybody's got something, and no one's got anything. How's that? Pierce jams. Luke's going to have to go all in to make the call. Luke's going to have to call 900. And I don't think you could do that with ace
Luke,
10.
I think Luke makes the call here.
You can't make the call.
I
He
think he
might,
makes
but
it.
he should. You might, but you got to think he's got a queen. Luke's
he
reaching
likes
for
it.
chips.
I
He's
think
got all of them. He makes the call
I
now.
think it has
Ellie.
nothing to do with the cards. I think it has everything to do with looking Pierce up.
I
on
think
this
it has to
board.
do with no clue what's happening. That's what I think. Ellie's got
Am
a
I giving
jack
him too much
9.
credit?
Ellie's got. She makes the call. It's the right move. I mean, being that I could see what's happening.
Did Ellie make the call? Ellie makes the fold.
And I said it was the right move. She actually did not have the odds to call
All right,
it.
Pierce is looking at 3 live outs here. 1 ace left, 1 jack, and 1 king. Everything else is dead.
So it
somehow.
says 17%, but the fact of the matter is he's only got like 12.
It's down to
6 and
10%
drop.
after the 6 falls.
Yeah, but with the cards left, it's even less than that. He's got
4. Luke
make that
takes
a
it down.
0, and Pierce hits the rails. Pierce is out with the ace king on the first hand, on the third hand. Pierce wanted to see if he could be the first one to tap me out at the booth, so he had no problem giving his chips away like, man, I wish I could say something funny right there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Pierce.
Hello, guys. I shoved with Ace King. It was a great time. They're probably talking smack. What words have been said so far, Austin?
I think we made fun of your hat, your jacket,
All
your
right.
shirt.
Just my face as well.
Oh, we haven't hit that point yet,
Uh-huh.
but I guess that's next on the list.
All right, guys. Here we go. Oops. We gotta. All right. So now that I'm out, I think who took my place there?
One of Rob's. Zoe.
Zoe took my place. Okay.
A little bit of change of format today, guys. We are cutting off our buy-in list. I don't know if it's a buy-in list, if it's free poker, whatever you call it.
Just a list.
Right now, it's getting cut off because we're going to our next blind. So anyone on the list is going to get in, and anyone who comes in asking to play after this is going to have to wait till the second game. So this game won't take more than a good hour and a half, maybe, including the break. As you can hear, our genius computer tech genius guy Mike say the game is locked now. We're moving on to the next hand. Tazo wakes up with some garbage.
Some garbage. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
That sucks. What's up, dude? You guys got
Oh, Zoe getting here with King 10 suited. What a beautiful hand. I would have had that if I would have stayed in.
a couple of decent hands being thrown away for 25 doubloons. Luke likes his hand. Charlie, for some reason, likes his hand.
Makani with a pretty good ace-queen suited.
Makani's just going to go ahead and jam and take down the dead money here. I don't think anyone's calling this.
Zoe,
I don't think Zoe's calling first hand.
I wouldn't blame her for calling here. She just did sit down, so it's definitely a decision to make here. I wouldn't be surprised if she's thinking about it. She's definitely thinking
There's
about
Zoe
it.
there in the all-red getup. Still deciding whether she wants to jam on her first hand. Will she summon the spirit of her father and mother and make the call? She does.
Luke finally folds his garbage for once. Georgia, 1,500. 1,500 is the starting stack everyone gets.
Right, yeah, we already said it.
And
All
it
right,
is
here we go.
now going down to a flop and a turn and a river.
All the betting's done. Makani's all in. Zoe calls for more than half her stack. She's 42 with a king. She has live cards. She has a live suit. If she can hit anything and dodge Makani's ace, basically, it'll be okay. Yeah. Everyone wants to see Zoe win, the young girl.
Oh, there's
a
one spade.
Another 7 rolls off and a 4. Bunch of bricks so far. She's got 5 outs unless she can hit backdoor.
Doesn't look good. King or 10.
Misses the backdoor spades, and she's got 1 card to hit a king or a 10. And it's
And
a jack
Zoe
for nothing.
is out of the game. Makani's ace-queen taking
Zoe's
it.
not out of the game. She has 650 left. She's last place.
That seat right there is bad luck. That's what I'm saying. My ace-king should have made it there, but it didn't. Let's take a look at Zoe, Makani, and Ellie's stack here. Luke, thanks to me, 21% of the chips. Ellie's right behind him. Makani, after that win, is now in 3rd place. And Zoe is now in last with a little less than half the chips. Unfortunate, unfortunate. Zoe, this time, let's see again, has ace king. Same exact suits. Can it win? I think it should. Zoe's limping in with ace king.
Luke is going to limp in as well with 8 deuce offsuit. Definitely the worst hand we've seen in this hand so far. Charlie limps in with a pair of 7s. A couple of reasonable folds from Georgia and Chris there. Ellie just a quarter to call with an ace in her hand. Makes the call, and McConaughey's going to check his pair of 4s. This is a very interesting 8 ways to a flop.
Wow, that's an unfortunate limp for Zoe with ace king. But you are against pocket 4s and pocket 7s, so it's understandable.
Everyone here, almost everyone with a hand worth raising with. We see 3 spades roll off. Tazo binks the flush with one of probably the worst hands next to Luke. He's now a 70% favorite. He's just going to throw out a casual 150. Zoe's probably happy to call with a second nut flush draw. She gets rid of it.
Wow.
Surprisingly. After calling the last hand, I'm surprised she drops that off. Charlie probably doesn't like the monotone board. I think Tazo's move here is definitely to check the monotone flush that he just hit, but he gets a call.
Ellie
Especially in
with middle
early
pair.
position from the big blind. I think he's first to act, or he was second to act behind McConaughey. I think you just see if someone bets into you here. Maybe even go for a check raise.
Ellie folds middle pair. We're coming to a turn.
2 ways to a turn. Charlie has 0 spades in his hand. He's practically drawing dead with 3%. I think he has to go runner, boat here, 7, and then a board pair. And he hits the 7. Let's go. Oh man, he's up to a quarter of the equity. He needs a 7 or a board pair.
I don't know if Austin's rooting for Charlie or not, but Charlie's pretty screwed here with a trip 7s against a flush. It's not looking very good for him.
I just
That's
get
the worst
excited when an
card.
exciting card falls. I don't know what to tell you.
They both, Tasso bets 300, and Charlie is going to call, and then the
Charlie
jack
does
comes
not
out.
hit his full house on the river, but he's probably still excited with this hand. Is he going to call? Tazo's all in. I love the way Tazo's played this hand so far. Really strung him along. No board pair. He's happy with his hand. Charlie tanking here. Charlie in the blue shirt there off to the left makes the call with the set.
Gets the
And
bad
gets
news.
shown the bad news.
Bad news, bad news. What you going to do? What you going to do when the bad news comes for you?
And it would have went in anyway.
We're going to see Charlie get knocked out here. Taking a look at, let's see some VPIP here. Zoe is at 100% VPIP. Luke is at 100% VPIP. Ellie McConaughey at 80. This is probably the highest VPIP percentages I've seen across the board.
100% of the time, voluntary putting in the pot.
There's
No
Tazo,
raises.
happy to be taking down all those chips, the flop flush. Playing some dog and still hitting well.
8-4 suited.
This is our esteemed poker IT man, Mike, getting some new people into the game here. And then we'll head on over to the next hand.
Austin, I can't open this lollipop. Could you give this a shot?
I'm not going to open a lollipop for you, man. You're a grown man. You're going to have to figure this out yourself.
It's confusing.
Our aggression frequency is showing that McConaughey is the most aggressive. Is aggression frequency post-flop?
Aggression frequency is like raising, just like pre-flop and being aggressive. So it's not just post-flop, it's also pre-flop. So say for example, I only raise pre-flop, I don't call anything, or I don't fold, my aggression frequency would be pretty high.
Taking a look at our newly joined friends to the table here, we have Rob in the yellow hat, one of the more experienced poker players here at Hava Free Poker. Blinds are up to 25.50 here. Got Makani on the button.
And I missed raising the blinds, so we'll do that.
No, aggression frequency, sorry, not pre-flop raise. Where's the graphics? There they are. All right, let's see who picks up a hand worth talking about here. There's Makani with ace-queen suited, well ahead here. He's going to make it 200 to go. Don't think he's going to get looked up by anyone except for maybe Joanna here. Joanna plays a good poker game. There she is there in the white shirt on the end of the table.
Have you played against Joanna before?
Of course I have.
Is she the one that Kyle was talking about?
I believe so. Kyle is speaking very highly of Joanna's play. Hard to play against, hard to read. Connie picks up top pair with an ace. Joanna's going to check it on over to Luke and then over to Makani here. Makes it a clean 250. Looking to get called by face cards floating. It's not going to get called. Luke has got to let this go. He does. Makani takes it down for 475. Right, it was this one I was questioning. Aggression frequency.
Yeah, sorry. Aggression frequency. How often you raise when you versus how often you call.
Oh, interesting.
Call plus raises divided by call.
Call plus raises divided by call. Right.
How much you could raise when you can.
So Eric just gave us the formula for aggression frequency. Call plus raises divided by call. Basically, how often do you raise when you are able to? Connie's happy to do it. A couple people are not, like Georgia, Zoe, and Sonia.
Finally got this lollipop open. I had to use some scissors. I don't know who made this, but man, that was rough.
Take a look at the stack size here. Luke's still in first after being gifted an entire stack by my co-host here.
You're welcome, Luke. Ace-10 was my favorite hand. I'm not even mad. He beat me with ace-10. That should happen every single time. Ace-10 should always win.
Moving on to the next hand here. Sonia picks up a bit of a hand. She's going to
Luke's
make the
raising
call.
with 10-7 off. Very interesting.
Luke's into a couple hands now with some sneaky cards.
Chris with ace-deuce suited. So it's a little bit of fun. Chris likes to be a bit of aggressive. If you don't remember last time, Chris was at the top of the aggression frequency. Oh, and what was it, like 95% a couple games ago?
I don't remember the number, but I could believe it. I remember him being a pretty hot contender last time we were here, and at least placing top 3, I believe, if not better. Joanna in there with a decent hand. We got king-queen offsuit for her.
Oh, my God, what a
and
flop.
The cards fall very interestingly. Luke with an open-ended straight flush draw.
Joanna with
a straight
yeah.
flush gutter. And Sonia with top pair, actually in the lead with the top pair.
It's about the worst flop you could see with ace-deuce suited, especially a spades. That's unfortunate.
When you don't have hearts, I agree. See how this falls here. Ace-deuce is going to get out of there. Joanna's happy to call here. Not letting this one go. Sonia's going to call as well.
Sonia's the girl to the right of Joanna, correct?
Yes, sir.
It's another 8.
8 falls to help nobody. In fact, hurting Luke's odds here with top pair, but the worst kicker, but still the open-ended straight flush draw. but he only wants to see the offsuit jack or the offsuit 6. If he hits the heart, he's happy about it, except for the jack, because that would give Sonia a better straight flush.
Oh, there
it
it is.
almost falls.
Wow.
It almost falls. Joanna hits her straight. Luke is happy he hits his straight. Let's see what happens here.
Luke puts the rest of her chips in the middle.
Joanna's going to jam.
Oh, Joanna's going to jam. I'm
It's
sorry.
on Sonia to call. She only has top pair here. I think she's going to let it go. Hold your hand, Sonia. She calls. She calls.
Wow.
Oh, what a donation. Luke is going to make the call. He just hit his straight. He's happy about it. He's trying to look up any kind of 2-pair, any 3/8s.
Unfortunately, Luke ran into the only 2 cards that really beat him here.
Luke is actually going to jam over the top, and it's on Sonia to call basically the rest of her chips. She only has 350 left behind. She's probably just going to put it in. Can we get a better angle of her? I don't think we have it.
We don't have one.
I don't think we have
Mike's
it.
beautiful head is in the way.
And Sonia's going to call and give Joanna over there at the end of the table in the white shirt a massive pot here. Let's take a look at the stack sizes after that. Joanna well in the lead by over 1,000 chips. 15% of the table in her hands. Luke picks up a little bit of a side pot thanks to our mathematician at the table, Makani.
Look at that beautiful face, Makani.
What a mug.
What a mug.
What a side view. What a profile. Mug. Profile. Mug. Profile.
Mug profile.
Anyway, we're sorting out some chips here. A couple side pots going. A couple main pots going. Let's look at the cumulative winnings so far in this game. Joanna up $2,200. And the graphics have a mind of their own. They want us to look at chip count instead. We have Austin coming into the game here to take over. What was her name? I forget her name.
There is a sorry announced by someone. I don't know who said sorry. They knocked out Sonia. And Austin H., one of our biggest contenders in the Hava series, has entered with the suit jacket.
Austin sitting down in seat number four. Seat number 4. Our IT poker man is going to input him into the system here soon. And we'll get on with it. Here's how you doing today.
I'm doing great. I have this lollipop. It's a little bigger than what I expected, and the shaft is a little small, so it's a little the pot odds on this lollipop are a little off. But we're having a great game. We got some great players. Not mad at all I lost to Ace-10. Ace-10 is my favorite hand. Like I said, he deserved it.
Moving on to the next hand here. We're at 100 blinds now. If you don't know, we're playing tournament style. Blinds are going to go up every roughly probably 12 minutes on this table right now. Maybe longer.
Oh my goodness.
Rob wakes up
I hope
with
that
a
door is
great hand.
closed. The door needs to be closed. But yeah, Rob wakes up with pocket aces. The best hand you could possibly have pre-flop. Dangerous after you get to the turn, but what is Rob going to do? How much is he going to raise by? You obviously can't, you obviously can't limp with aces unless you want to check raise on a pre-flop. Everyone folding. It might have been a little too much for people to enjoy that.
Rob only made it 5 big blinds, but I don't think people are used to the $100 blind yet. And he doesn't get looked up by anyone. He's going to drop him face up on the table. He's going to flash him real quick and put him away.
Flash announced.
Unfortunate thing about poker is you need to get good hands, and then you need to get someone with a slightly worse hand, but good enough to call. Rob's only going to take down about a big blind and a half on that hand.
He still has 1,500. Uh-oh. We got a card turned over here. Can we see what the card is? No, we can't. So action is going to be on Rob here with way worse than aces. 9-3. He's gonna go ahead and fold it. Chris, I'm gonna say Chris is gonna go ahead and limp here. He does. Georgia with the old man. She's folding the old man. Not in her with spirit. Tasso with quite a beautiful ace-8 suited is going to raise to 300. Zoe with the connectors is going to call. Joanna with an ace-5 suited, a pretty one, is going to call, and so is Luke as usual. Luke loves calling pre-flop. If you ever play against Luke, he's calling you pre-flop about anything. Oh, there's
One
two
heart,
hearts.
2 heart, 3
and
hearts,
3
and
hearts.
she flops the nut flush. 98% likely to win this
Wow.
hand. Let's see how she plays this down. It's probably going to check all the way to her. Actually, I take that back. Zoe's probably going to take a stab. Chris actually takes a stab. His king 9. Zoe's happy to call, and Joanna with the nut flush. The move here is just a call. People are throwing money at you. You are nutted. You are nutted, and she's going to raise. Chris is going to drop his king off. Great fold by Chris. I appreciate that a lot. Tazo with just bottom pair here. Bottom pair, top kicker is going to make the call. He's always probably happy to make this call. Nothing wrong with this board, right? She's going to lay it down. Both people with a pair of kings, top pair, are going to lay it down. Tazo with bottom pair is going to make the call. A 9 of club rolls off, giving Joanna the guaranteed win, 100% equity here. Joanna's just going to make it another 500, and Tazo's going to let it go. Scoops in $2 grand for this pot. What a flop for a suited ace. Doesn't get any better.
Yeah, that's what Tasso wanted. But those hearts should have been clubs. Joanna, 29%.
I like that turn, too. Honestly, on that turn, I would love to see a check there. I think the board ran out 8, 9, 10, and then a king. Maybe you check one more time. Hopefully a queen falls, and you can get someone to hit their straight, and you can get paid even more with your flopped nut flush.
Chris was 8-3 off. He's going to put it away. Not good enough for him. Our aggression specialist. Georgia waking up with a suited Jack 8. McConney Queen 10.
And I can hear the buzzer going off. We're going to move the blinds up next hand. I think we're actually on to our chip-up break after this hand, but we're going to play this out here. Nobody really with a real banger hand here. I think McConney's really liking his hand with Queen 10. We're just going to make the call there. She has to.
I mean, it's only 50 more. I mean, so we're going in here 8-handed. This is going to be an intense one. We got only one person pretty much out of the hand.
Almost another monotone flop. We got Jack 7 falling, giving Georgia top equity here with a pair of jacks. Actually, Joanna
has
right behind her.
Yeah, Joanna has a flush draw, and Georgia is good as long as another club doesn't come out. It's on Rob. No, it's on Georgia.
Plenty of hands that could fall to beat
Rob
Georgia's jack, though.
bets. Rob bets 450 with a pair of deuces, and he, and he gets top pair to put it away. That is insane. You got to mix it up. That's like what I like to say. You got to mix it up a little bit.
Hey, Pierce, what do you like to say?
I like to say you got to mix it up a little bit. Joanna is going to go ahead and make the call. for a potential flush. And it comes an ace. Rob is ahead with his pair of twos. Knocked out top pair. Absolutely insane. And it's another ace, but it is a club.
One of the best cards that Joanna could possibly see there. She's happy to bet, and I think Rob's happy to lay this down at this point for $1,000. He does. He's always going to get shown the bad news that her all-in is no good.
Take the purple back. Because he didn't call. You have to show.
Matthias, your name is being called, but before you go, I finger in there. All right. We are back, and Matthias is up, taking Zoe's spot here. They're screaming for his name.
Perfect. Everybody's in the game. You're in the points. We're going to be at 100, 200. Do chip up, put out your greens. If you buy a drink, you get 500.
And we're taking a small break from the Hava Kava. We're at chip up, which means that they're going to be what it sounds like, chipping up their chips. If anyone go gets a drink, Kava or Kratom, or even some chips from the bar, they are going to get some. They're going to be getting some extra chips. We'll be back up. Gotta type this in. Okay, I typed it in. We're going to center it here. And we will be back for some more poker in about 5 minutes.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Two.
Hawk Tua.
Octua just
Huh.
did a gigantic crypto scam. Gigantic crypto scam.
I wish I could do a crypto scam.
You can. You just
I'd be rich.
yeah, it's a weird world out there. You think you're doing good, you're making a good solid hourly that your parents are proud of, and then some child makes your entire you're like, 3 years of earnings in like a night on some weird computer glitch. It's pretty disheartening.
All they gotta do is click a couple buttons, man, and they're set.
Just click the right buttons in the right order and you make $1 million.
I would never say it to his face. I'll just say it in front of the microphone that picks it up, and then I'll regret it later.
Welcome back to Hava Kava Poker, everybody. We're starting up after our break here. Starting off at 100, 200 blinds. Gonna let everyone catch their cards here, and then we'll catch up with you. Georgia with some dog, Ellie with some dog. Connie, he doesn't like it. Tazo, bad cards. Matthias is going to fold his first hand. Welcome, Matthias, to the game. Joanna with a suited king is going to play it. You know what I've been saying lately? Suited kings are the new suited aces. You know, if
I
you
guess so.
hit the king high flush,
We'll see
you
about
might
that.
as well just play it.
We'll
But
see about that here.
now that I
in the
say
situation.
that, now that I say that, Chris hops in with the same suit with a suited ace, and he's going to check his 200 big blind with an incredible hand, and he flops the flush.
Wow.
You have to be kidding me. I'm so sorry.
Joanna's about to lose
Suited
a
kings
lot
are
of money.
not the new suited aces. They are not. Joanna needs to make an insane hero fold here. She actually has 0% equity. Austin
Chris
is
is gonna
better
go
off
bet
with the
300.
9-10 of diamonds with the potential to hit a full house if he goes runner. He's 20% likely to do so because he's already got 2 pair on the flop.
Joanna raises him, thinking she's got it. Little does she know the bad news here.
Luke has 1% equity. How does Luke even have 1%? I don't know how that would work. He had no straight flush potential. I'm not exactly sure what I was looking at there, but
Is Joanna
Chris
gonna
is
make the call
already
here?
locked in. Joanna has to make the call. What are you scared of? Someone having ace of hearts, X of hearts?
Oh man, that's a rough
Oh
one.
man, this is gonna be a great hand.
Yeah.
Board runs out. King 6. Chris is already a lock to win this. There's Chris in the multicolored hat there. And he's gonna... I'm not exactly sure how the action went there. For some reason, it went very quickly. I think Chris jammed and Joanna called his small jam and doubled up. I think that's how it went. I apologize. That happened very quickly. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Looking at the stack size here, Joanna's still in first place, well ahead of everybody else. Everybody else getting counted by big blinds. Joanna with almost a quarter of the pot here.
Sorry, we didn't know you were back there. Welcome.
All right, just quick communication between us and our genius IT poker man, Mr. Mike. VPIP, Luke is 90% likely to put chips into the pot when he doesn't need to. 90% is absolutely absurd. I want to look back at the stack size compared to his VPIP. Sorry, I clicked that twice. Luke is right in the middle, doing pretty well. The starting stack was 1,500. We have a couple people right about there. And he's well above it. Let's let the bad hands fold out here and see what we're looking at. Ellie picks up a little pocket pair there. Ellie likes to play those, especially ducks, because ducks are adorable. Joanna with a better pocket pair, a little bit ahead. And we're going to go to a flop. A couple people calling 200. Down to the flop
Wow,
cam, we
Johanna
see
is running so fucking hot right now with an 8 coming out with her pocket ace, getting a set.
3 diamonds on the flop. Georgia has the diamond draw, but with only a 3 of diamonds, I don't think she likes it that much, but it's going to check around, and we're going to go to the turn where a 4 rolls off. And Joanna is good because now she runs into a full house. Let's see where the action is here. It's going to check all the way around, and Joanna's going to throw out 500. Georgia lets it go with the diamond draw. Ellie lets it go with the ducks. Tazo lets it go with nothing. And Matthias has to call with a diamond draw with a queen. He's going to make the call. He likes it. Going back down to our card cam here. Waiting for the next card to come out. Matthias with a good diamond draw, and he hits his flush.
That is a rough
he's done.
time for Matthias.
Oh, he's done. Oh, Christ, he's done.
And
Matthias
he
is
pushes
going
it all
to put all of his chips in the middle, and Joanna is happy to call, running hotter than the surface of the sun with a full house, is going to win quite a bit of chips. I want to turn up the table here so we can hear it a little bit better.
Turn to vote. No, she has a vote. 8's full of 4s.
Matthias is getting the bad news as we speak.
What? Oh yeah, I still have 500. I'm still at 500. I'm still in. I'm still 500. I'm still in. I never got my drink. Oh, can I get mine? Yes, I can. Sorry, Matthias. Quick on the I checked. Apparently, it like did the space saving thing where it like archives it. It's still downloading. We'll get it for next game.
All right, everybody. What a hand, what a hand. Poor Matthias, hitting his 4 cards to a flush. Of course, the diamond rolls off. He only needed 4 to fall, and 4 did fall, but he needed it to fall in a way where Joanna didn't hit a set and then a boat. Taking a look at the stack size here, just tracking the game. Joanna dominating the table. And we have Matthias back in the rail. Let's get Matthias on the stream here.
Hello.
Matthias, how did you feel when that 4th diamond fell and you hit your queen high flush?
Listen, I thought I had it, man. I thought I had the whole damn thing. I thought, she could have had an ace, the diamond, but I was like, probably not. So I thought I was golden, And,
Did it ever cross your mind that she might have a set that's made into a boat with the paired 4s on the board?
No, I did not consider. I was too excited because I had a flush, so I didn't think about that.
I've had that happen to me plenty of times, especially with just a set and no flush, and someone hits something. But when you hit a hand, anything better than 3 of a kind, you really do get excited, and it's hard to consider that you might be beat.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see next game if I can turn it around, but I guess we got a new hand.
That's right. We will be playing another game here after this one.
I didn't know what I was not allowed.
Good to hear from you, Matthias. Thanks for coming on the stream. Matthias said thank you. I turned down his mic earlier.
We're going to test this one and the other one.
Yeah, let it ride. I don't care. Going on to the next hand here, we have Georgia with Jack King off. One of our favorite hands here at Hava Poker, Jack King off. Just hilarious. The joke never gets old.
Like 33% of the cards I called are out there. I checked. I said the king of clubs. I said 9-4, king of clubs.
Sorry, I hit the mic. Back down to our game here. Rob with just ace high. He's going to call Luke's bet with his pair of threes. Joanna also with a pair of threes, a little bit better off than Luke. A deuce is going to fall, which is going to excite Rob here. Let's see what happens. Joanna checks. Luke is going to check, and Rob is probably happy to check this hand as well. Rob's off to the left of your screen there with a colorful jacket. Jack of diamond falls, helping nobody. And Joanna is best with her pair of threes. I wonder if she knows it.
Is there two fans? Where's the do you know where the second fan is, Ellie?
Don't take the pan from back here.
Okay. Do you know where the other one is?
Is it over there? The 9. Careful with your
Not in the back room?
Check near the bathroom if it's not near the like check near the bathroom.
I say,
Looking at our chip count here, Joanna's still well in the lead with 30% of the entire table in her stack. Hitting a couple good flushes, a couple good full houses will get you there. She's been paid out for it almost every time she hits it. There's Tazo on our close-up cam to seat 1. Looking around the table here, we have Joanna in the white, Austin in the black, and Luke in the Las Vegas blue shirt there. And then it's Chris, Georgia, Ellie, and Mikani going around the rest of the table. And Rob off to the left of your screen there in the purple jacket. Hard to see. Hard to get a camera on him. Tazo wakes up with a pair of 5s. He's happy to call 400, as 400 is our new big blind. We're going to see a bunch of folds. It's on to Chris now. Let's get the camera on him to call 400. He puts it in with Jack 6 suited, hoping to flop the world and nothing else.
Why do you always do this?
And Makani is going to go ahead and jam after Ellie calls with a suited Jack. Makani very justified to do so with ace queen off. Worth it. Plenty of what you could consider dead money there. Tazo now all in to call with just a pair of 5s. He's going to lay it down. He doesn't want to do it. Luke is going to lay it down with a suited 6. And it's on down to Ellie, his esteemed wife, to call all in with a suited Jack. Connie has a heart in his hand just to make the situation worse for her. Fold your hand, Ellie. Just fold the hand. And is she jamming? Is she cutting out the call?
I was funny because I was actually going to say with American. I was going to say queen deuce.
Ellie's going to fold. Makani's going to take down that pot. Plenty of dead money out there, worth the jam. And now Makani is in second place after picking up all that dead money on a $400 big blind. And Makani is right. He says it's a profitable play, and it was. Let's look at our VPIP here. This is voluntary put in pot. Makani, half the time he's voluntarily putting money in the pot, and that's gotten him to second place. I think it's a good ratio. Luke at 85% put in pot. That's Makani's brother. He might want to have a word with him after the stream. Going back to the cards, Joanna wakes up with a pair of 9s. Just happy to call with that hand. Luke calls with a suited ace-queen. I don't like the call there. I think you definitely raise. You're letting too many people into the pot, like Chris with a diamond draw. I say draw, he only has 2, but he's 2/5 of the way there. Tazo is going to check his big blind. And we're going to a flop with 1 diamond, a 10 and a 2. Really helping nobody, leaving Joanna in the lead with her 9s. A 6 rolls off, helping nobody. Joanna has to look to bet here, and she doesn't. She's only beat by a 10, but she still wants to check. Looking at the last card coming down, they're falling very fast. The king rolls off, and Makani's best. Makani is going to check again. Looking at Tazo, he's checks. Joanna's going to throw out a little bit of money with her pair of 9s. It's on to Luke with godforsaken ace queen suited. And he's just going to let it go. Nothing happened for him. Might have been able to do something with a raise pre-flop. Makani is going to call the bet and win the hand for 2,400 chips.
I had a 4. There's only 400, so I figured.
You have a queen, Tata?
No.
Oh, I had a queen in my hand. That's why when you were like, all queens, I was like, call?
This is when I need to lock in when you play 7 deuce. You know what I mean?
2 and 4.
When you play 6, 5, offsuit, everything offsuit, 7 deuce.
We're going to look at an interesting statistic here. Went to showdown. Austin has gone to showdown 100% of the hands he's played. Rob and Georgia have gone to showdown 0% of the time. That doesn't mean they've lost a hand. That just means they could have either won or lost without going all the way to the point of showing their cards after the river's out. Chris at right about half, and Luke and Ellie and Joanna sitting right at a third. Ellie a little bit below, but going on to the next hand, Austin picks up a suited jack. He doesn't like it. Chris with a decent hand, king, queen offsuit. I like to see a raise with that hand. It is offsuit, but sometimes you're dominated, sometimes you're not, and if you're not, king, queen offsuit is a great hand to be putting some money in with. Joanna gets to check ace, deuce suited. Might have folded that to a raise. Going to our flop. What are we going to see here? A jack, a king, and a 5. Pair of kings best here on this board with a 5, making 2 pair for Tazo. Chris likes his hand. He's got a king in his hand. Probably could have got Tazo to fold if he raised. Now he's got to call a bet of 500. He's curious. He's going to go all in for 500. Chris calling Tazo's all in for 500. With a gut shot now with the queen, and hits it. There you go. Queen makes a straight, and Chris is going to take down Tazo's stack with the straight. Tazo's not happy to see it. Chris happy to scoop up that pot. And we're looking at the chip count. Makani and Joanna were realistically tied for first place. Chris just scooped up a pot, so he's going to move into third. Just a little bit ahead of everybody else. Luke is going to call 600 with a suited jack. Blind is now 300, 600. It's 600 just to play your hand. Rob is going to jam for 7 with 5-4 offsuit, a very interesting jam. He might just be frustrated with his stack size and putting it in with a pair of connectors. Luke and Austin both with pretty good clubs in their hands. They're going to play for 100 more. Chris with ace queen suited in the lead, but after the flop falls, Jack 6 is in the lead with 2 pair. 3 spades on the flop. Everyone's scared of that. Rob is pretty happy to see that. Maybe one more falls and he gets his He gets his side pot. Austin's going to let it go with a bit of a gut shot. Double gut shot.
You have a spade.
And no one else has spades.
Rob's cards are live is what they're realizing. 9 falls. Rob has plenty of outs. Chris has a few outs. None of them hit, and Luke is going to take this down with 2 pair.
I saw it right away when he put it on the flop or on the turn when he
Right? What? No, we're good. We're good. Nobody else. You already came in.
He already came to win.
He left for 2 hands.
You got beat. Vote over flush.
He it was when all those diamonds.
Took him a minute to realize he lost,
And
too.
then remember we were like, and then it went 2 pairs. She hit a set of 8s on all 3 boards, and then she went on the turn, and then she had a queen of diamonds and a 2. That one was too.
No yawning.
Networking on that.
Chris in this hand with a suited king. I said earlier that those are the new suited aces, and then they got beat by a monotone flushed board when someone else had a suited ace of the same suit. It's the only time you're really beat with that hand, when you flop the flush, and it happened to happen right as I said it. Luke with a suited ace, Austin with a suited queen, everybody with different suits. It's really just the color of this flop of how his hand's going to go out. Looking at our flop cam, we see a rainbow flop. Everybody catches a little piece except for Luke. No hearts on the board. Although, Luke is still in the lead with his ace high.
He's all in for 4.
It's on Luke to call in the Las Vegas shirt, sweater, whatever you call that. Austin jams for just 400 with a pair of 8s. Luke also with a pair of 8s. Sorry, I said ace high earlier. Both of them have a pair of 8s, but it's deceiving because Luke's still in the lead because his kicker is higher with ace high. Chris in a pretty beat up spot here. He's hoping a king falls or almost nothing else. It's on Luke to call. I believe he did. Luke actually raised to 1,000. Love the raise from Luke there. Top, just put in the raise. Try to get Chris off the hand and isolate. Since Austin's already all in, you're not going to get him to fold. It's on Chris to just let his hand go. He has flopped absolutely nothing. Chris is still in the hand. He did call Luke's all in for a couple more chips. Chris is 500 behind, and he hits a pair of 3s that doesn't help him. Luke is going to take down the side pot, get a quick double up, minus 400. Then when the main pot showdown happens, he's going to take the rest of the 400 and win a nice pot for himself. I believe that doubles Luke up. Taking a look at the stack size here. Luke jumps into first place by 100 chips. Well played hand by Luke to scoop first place there.
I don't think he was supposed to make it 8. I think he was
Luke and Joanna are going to call for a little more. Pretty awful hands. So Luke pairs his deuce. Chris hits nothing, and Joanna hits top pair. Happy to check this one down. The jack falls, giving Chris top pair. He's going to take down the side pot if no one bets here. A 6 falls, and let's see if Joanna realizes that her 2 pair is probably good here, and it's a good idea to bet. She's going to make it about 12, maybe. That's 1,200. Luke is going to let it go with a pair of deuces. Not good enough to call there. Chris is happy with his top pair, but gets shown the bad news that Joanna has taken him out. 2 pair. Down to the final 5, everybody. Joanna's still holding on strong to first place, well ahead of everybody with 1,300 chips there.
Five players. You can ask Mike. Yeah, just don't let me deal your chips. Are you all in?
Ellie wakes up with a pair of 10s here. Happy to see that, and just jam it off. Makani doesn't hate the idea of calling here, but he is pretty beat.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you have something to put there?
Connie's going to let it go. Joanna with a pair of 6s would a lot of people would call on that spot. She lets it go. Ellie takes it down with a pair of 10s, scoops some blinds. Dead small blind. She's only going to win the big blind.
With 6-8 off. Put it on. Perfect.
I've had king 4, king 3, queen 4, queen 3. I like playing king deuce and king 3. Like suited. You keep me at 10.
I don't know exactly.
I think it was 14. I think that's my guess. Because it was the fifth table that just went out, and I think there was 4 people on the list.
Somebody has a bird scare machine or something wacky over there that we keep hearing on the screen. Connie with King Jack suited. It's going to make it 1,400 to go, a little bit more than 2 big blinds. George is going to call for. I think she was going to call. Yeah, George is all in for 500. Ellie's going to let go with the.
You had raised, that was it.
Oh yeah, Georgia.
I am winning.
That's my kind of hand right there. It's gonna be 6-6.
All 6s. The devil. Oh,
Okay.
an 8 and a 9.
Okay.
Yes, 9. That's not a 9. It's close. 9.
Georgia picks up a gut shot on the flop.
No heart.
Connie picks up a flush draw on the turn.
You suck at this.
And it falls as a brick, giving King High the best hand here. Our dealer trying to give Georgia what she needs here.
No, I don't want the 9 of hearts.
And she hit a flush before she even hit that 9.
Kiwi, your dad just hit me.
Who raised it initially?
Makani raised. I don't know what the blind was, 3-6. I had 300 left behind. I mean, I was either putting it in there or I was waiting to win 300. You know what I mean?
Alright. We are now at 500,000. 14 people, correct.
As you can hear from our dealer, blinds are moving up to 500, 1,000.
1,000 now, but you're under the gun. 4 players. No extra cards. That's one there.
Please. Yeah. You like pineapple? You like
Luke is going to play his suited connectors. It's on Ellie for a lot of money to play an offsuit queen. She's going to put in the call, hoping to flop something cool. Makani's going to check his hand. No need to raise with that.
If someone went up to you and, like, you know, you guys were chatting and they called me a word. How would you react? Like that, like negative.
I don't know. I don't want to say it on the line.
Hey guys.
Okay, fair. Sorry. Just yell at me. Say, hey, me.
I think we all want to know what Makani would say in whatever scenario Ellie laid out. Let's see if I can get them to answer.
The stream wants to hear Makani's answer.
Bad things. Bad things will be done to the person.
Makani would beat the crap out of anyone who said anything to Ellie that wasn't, "You're so pretty, I love you." As he should. What a great husband. It's on Luke to call 1,200 to Ellie's pair queens. She says he got bluffed. I hope she showed her cards there because he did not get bluffed.
Is the bad B word bluff? Is that what we were doing? Is that where this was going?
I would totally.
There was plotting this from the start. You know what's crazy is I usually do plan my bluffs from like the very beginning. I'm like pulling in all the things like okay, what's my position? What's my match? What do I have? What do I lack? I had
You have position.
I did have position, so that's all that matters sometimes.
The P word.
When the B word has the P word, what's your
P word is a C word.
I think like everyone just like.
Luke is happy to make it $2,000. Just 2 big blinds with ace-king offsuit. Makani knows he has live cards and they're suited, but he doesn't want to make the call from the small blind. Another 1,500 is kind of an expensive price to play. Not a great hand. Only 1,000 more for Joanna.
They totally just told
Has
each other.
way more chips than him. Awful cards, but sometimes what's called the independent chip model will tell you to call there, which basically means, yeah, it's a little bit of money to call, but if you get him out, then you are more eligible to win the tournament, which is worth more than the chips that you're spending to play your bad hand.
Tell everyone to look at. Austin, I need to know what Luke at.
He said, how? And I'm like, I knew exactly what you were going to do. But no, like, I will like just walk in, and he'll be like, hey, babe, do you remember? And I'm like, yeah, Buffalo.
I thought you said chicken parmesan.
Makani asking me what his brother had, and I said he had a cheating brother because he's trying to cheat at cards. What a cheater. Look at that cheater. What a cheater. Ellie picks up a pair of 6s here. It's only 1,000 to call. You call with a pair of 6s, right? You call or jam. I like both plays. She looks at him. She's happy to see it. And she makes her decision to fold for 1,000. Would have had Makani absolutely destroyed when he jams with ace-6. I hate that fold from Ellie. Oh, this late in the game, bottom stack, you just jam with the 6s. And you hope nobody hits a pair because you already have one. And if nobody hits a pair, you take down. You double up is what happens. And in that spot, it turns out what everyone had that she couldn't see was pretty favorable to her.
Oh my god. Hey, live stream. How do you feel about me getting the same hand multiple times?
I don't think we've seen Ellie's hand here yet. She's in the big blind. That is not the same hand. She's going to fold her 8-6. I don't know if she knew she had 6s the last hand. Did she not have 6s? I'm pretty sure she had 6s.
Let's see some spades. Let's see some spades. Yeah, spades. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god.
Anyway. Moving on to the hand here. Makani picks up a flush draw when they both jam with the same hand. Brotherly love might be destroyed here if another heart falls. It does not. They're going to go ahead and chop that $1,000. They do indeed chop Ellie's big blind here.
I'll take it. I'll take it. That was a good sweat. Thanks, Mike. You're welcome. Great sweat. Great awesome, Mike. Try to make it entertaining.
Makani, one of the more aggressive players at the table. Not surprised to see him raising pre-flop more than anybody else at the table.
How hard is it to put king, 4, 9, all clubs out there, bro? Because these cards are special. I have a backup. I can explain this. So as cards die, we have a backup deck and we keep replacing it. And it should last a while. Likes being a slide and replace the entire deck for $150 every time one card.
It's like one buzz.
You were like a reverse skunk.
Yeah, pretty good.
But you would see her white skin, it would be all black.
Actually, it's probably not that at all.
Yeah, but it's not me. I'm on reverse mode.
Oh, yeah.
Ellie's going to go ahead and jam with ace-queen suited here. Makani with a suited Brunson.
That's fire. You should call.
Thinking about calling for half a stack. Again, it might be what we call an ICM call here. I don't think he likes it. It's too much money. He's going to lay it down. Ellie's going to scoop $1,000.
Oi.
Like dead in 17 ways.
Yeah.
Every single way I could possibly die, I was dead. This goes to Ellie, right? Yeah. 5-1. 5-1, please.
As you can see, Luke actually moves down to second place in chips after he has to drop $1,000 on a big blind here. And now we're seeing Makani with the second biggest stack from the small blind. He's going to jam with 7-5 suited, almost connectors. And he gets Joanna to fold. The play there is to just jam and maybe take down the gigantic size big blind, which is the $1,000. Basically, no matter what cards you have, as long as she doesn't have something to call and all in with, you win $1,000. Because everyone before them folded from the under the gun and the cutoff. As I think we're down to 4 players here. Yes, we are. And he took the risk, and it's going to net him $1,000. Get him in line for his next all-in to hopefully double up for a little bit more money.
Take 2 from me.
Just doing a quick chip up here. Going to get the $100 chips off the table as now the blinds are 500, 1,000. No real need for those. We're just going to play the game in increments of 500.
I know. What happened under yesterday?
It's the haircut I got. It's like, it looks good for a while.
Okay, well, I haven't seen it. That was not my hair.
I see her every day.
Do you like this chipset?
His haircut makes him look good for days. That's what he said.
The barber told me, Paul.
He said both days. He is unfazed by your haircut.
1,000, 2,000.
He's like a little baby.
My sister's cat's been on like meds because she had to get like a catheter or something. And she's so sleepy now, like she'd be making random noises, just sleeping. Her head is like half her body.
Joanna's going to call the big blind with a suited jack here. Doesn't really hit much. She hits a gut shot, but she's well ahead of Luke with basically nothing but a backdoor straight draw. Now a full-on straight draw now that he has a gut shot to a 5. Plenty of outs if he can just hit a pair, and it looks like he bets. 2,000. Basically saying, I don't have anything, but I don't think my anything is worse than your anything. Queen rolls off, giving Joanna nothing but jack high, but definitely the best hand. If she checks here, Luke can apply pressure with 2,000 more chips and put her all in to call with jack high. She's going to check, and hopefully Luke jams. It's a great spot to jam. He's going to give up, though, and check and lose a huge pot. You're going to leave yourself 2,000 behind. You might as well put it in.
Did she bring a poker coach? What is this? You're absolutely destroying it right now. Thought it was one person per hand. Yeah, that's what
Are you guys cheating? You're discussing the cards? You shouldn't discuss the cards.
So they changed the rules for WPT now because that guy won with the computer assistant. Yeah, they banned all electronics on the boards. Good.
Check out commentate with me.
I think he said come commentate.
Yeah, you've been requested in the back room, Yosh.
Here we go. Luke picks up aces. Ellie picks up ace king. She's happy to make this call. She actually jams over to the top. Makani in a spot where pretty easy fold. Pretty easy fold here, Makani. Throw away your hand. I'm being joined now by my esteemed broadcasting partner, Yosh. What's up, buddy? That's you right there.
Before we get started, could you open this lollipop for me? I haven't hit puberty yet.
Yeah, Pierce, as we like to call him, one beer Pierce, has left early.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why are you so quiet?
Mic check, chickadee check.
Yeah, he's fine.
Pot is 17,000. Okay. I came at the right time.
Yeah, Luke picked up the best hand in poker, and Ellie picked up, what is it, the 4th best hand in poker?
Ooh, good time to shove all in with pocket
And
aces.
Ellie
says ace
jams
queen.
over the top to try to get Joanna off it with offsuit connectors. I like the aggression, but I don't think it's warranted here with 2 people all in right before you.
Am I seeing that right? Makani rejammed?
He
with
did
85?
rejam. Luke jammed, Ellie rejammed, Makani rejammed again. With by far the worst hand. Funny enough, he is well ahead of Ellie, though, because Ellie has to hit 3 kings to win this hand.
One extended family in this pot here, and he shows the nuts. Makani getting beat by his younger brother here for the moment. By the way, Twitch was mad glitchy on the stream.
I am just the commentator. I don't know how to fix that. Makani live with a 7. Could hit another 7 to win it. A deuce rolls
And a
off
deuce
for
comes
3
out,
spades. Luke is going to take this down with his aces.
If I'm Luke, I'm reminding Makani of this hand every day for the rest of my life.
Would you have won?
Nice call with the ace.
That's why I was like, it's the end of the game.
Very good hand. I like that one.
And we're going to knock Ellie out of the game here. Down to the final 3. Blinds are just astronomically high now, so everyone's down to a couple big blinds. Going to see a lot of all-in flippings here.
So I heard Pierce doubled up Luke early on, and Luke won with ace-10. So what did Pierce have? I'm curious.
I forget. I know he was kind of trying to get out
Probably
of the game.
Jack-7.
He was kind of trying to get out of the game to come commentate. I don't really know why he played in the first place, if that's the case, but
That's Pierce's signature move.
Hello. Hello. Are you a poker player? You just checking
Not
it out?
really, I was just checking it out. 'Cause I heard you guys have a high-tech system.
2000. Yeah, we're Hava free poker. And we got a lead. You want to play? You scan our QR code. We're live streaming right now on YouTube. If you want to watch the game, see people's cards.
Okay, I think I'll pull it up.
What do you got?
I just scan that.
Yeah.
So that's to play.
Oh, that's the play. Okay.
Yeah, but you can go to our website. It'll take you to the
Oh, then I'll
website.
take. Okay.
And then watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
But they have it in back too. So like when you're not cheating.
figuring out where the button is here. We have Joanna on the big blind with ace-6 suited.
Did you hear me commentating when I sat down and I noticed she has a poker coach behind her?
Yeah, I did hear you say she has a poker coach. I don't know if it's probably her friend. Kind of looks like her sister.
No, it's free. We just do it for fun.
Joanna is a very winning player here at Hava Free Poker. They were roommates.
Yeah, here at Havakava, we allow 1 player per hand, even though they are heavily conversing every hand.
So cool. Well, I was just heading out, but I'll have to check this out. Thank you so much.
Maybe they're just talking about roommate stuff. Makani's going to go ahead and jam with King-3 offsuit, and Joanna is well ahead of him with ace-6 offsuit. Not the best time to jam. He's tried this before and gotten away with it. Everyone else folded. He's just trying to scoop a $2,000 big blind with a king in his hand. I like the play.
I believe he won with king high a few hands ago, about 10 minutes ago, when he jammed.
Let's see if
all in
Joanna's
as
going to
well.
make this call. Joanna's going to make the call. She's not letting it go.
At this point, I think you have to make that call. Yeah.
She knows this guy jams light, and she's going to look him up for it.
Oh, and Makani using the trademark move of I'm out of here, let me grab my backpack, stand up. It's not working so far, though.
A 6 has a gut shot to a 3 here.
I'm sorry, but this is screaming a king on the river. I don't know why, but I have a feeling. Oh, and no. I'm way
And
off.
9 rolls off, and ace high is good for this flop. We're going to see.
And she is all
Makani-
smiles back there for Joanna and her coach.
And her coach.
Clearly talking about rooming, not poker.
We can see Makani staring in disbelief. That's him in the green shirt there. He can't believe it.
Oh,
Still got 1,500 behind. And still in second. It's aggression frequency. Let's look at stack size here. I thought we were looking at stack size. Stack size, please, Mr. Computer. Sometimes it fights me a little bit. We got Joanna in first and Makani in last with 1,500 behind. Makani's on the button here, and I think I speak for everyone when I think we're going to see a jam here. Look at the focus. Look at the concentration. Manifestation.
I'm going to put this out there. I think a set of 9s wins the next hand here.
Says a set of 9s. Okay, buddy. Makani wakes up with Jack 10, a plenty good jamming hand here, even though he's well behind
And
everybody.
Johanna goes to bed with an ace 5.
Goes to bed. She calls, and the flop comes down. Sorry, let's get that off of here. There's a queen, which helps nobody. Makani's actually got his open ender, and he hits a pair of 10s to double up here. Let's look at the boy again. He's like, oh, I'm walking away. I know I lost. He's playing the game. We all know how this goes.
It didn't work the first time, but second time he comes through there, and he's about to take another seat just so he can stand up again. Sipping on air, it looks like. No, he's double-deckering drinks. First time I've ever seen that.
Connie almost catching up to his little brother, although as you can see it changes just before it goes away. Once the blinds go out, it kind of messes up the order of who has the most chips.
There's not a specific moment, but there is one point in your life where the little brother begins to surpass the older brother, uses the knowledge he's been taught to kind of pupil becomes the master. This might be that game.
Joanna on the button with a pretty awful hand. Let's see what she wants to do with it here.
She dodges that. Yeah, she's not touching that.
Luke with a suited king. I said earlier that suited kings are the new suited aces, and then someone got the same suit of a suited ace, and then the flop comes monotone earlier. Connie's going to go ahead and jam with
Luke's got to learn by now. He does not want to get bullied. Does he fold right there, or does he call? He exposes it.
Makes the call for just 500 more.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Luke's tired of being bullied, and this is the moment I've been talking about.
And Makani
oh
hits his
my
dice on the
God! And sometimes the older brother's got to put little bro in place right there.
You're channeling your inner Matthias where you stand up and yell at the table. Exactly.
You can hear our dealer Mike commentating on what we're saying. Connie just keeps standing up saying, I'm gone, I'm done, and the poker gods for some reason love that play, and they always give you the cards you need when you do that. Connie has now taken second place and is well behind, but doing pretty well on his comeback, up to 9,000 chips behind Joanna's 14,000. Off to the next hand here. Luke on the button with Jack 10. Everybody else in the game in a blind spot here. Luke likes his hand. He's gonna jam for 1,500. Connie finally folding a hand for F's sake. And Joanna is going to obviously make the call. She's already made the call by putting in her big blind. And we're going to see an all-in flip here for Luke with Jack 10. 7, 7, 8. And a queen gives him his straight. And he's...
Where's the straight?
Didn't he get a straight? 7, 8? No, there's no 9. I'm sorry. Okay. Pair of 4s is actually good here. My bad.
A lot of red there, though. It's a red-ass board. Oh, is Luke out now?
Luke is out. He was in for 1,500,
wow, okay.
Which is less than half a big blind here.
Well, I'm going to go grab a seat. I'm going to leave this to you, Austin. And good luck, everybody.
Sure thing. We're down to our final 2 here at the table. Let's look at our aggression frequency between the 2 people left in the hand. Both right around 40, 45%. How about our pre-flop raise from both of them? Makani at a insanely high 42%. Joanna at an insanely low 9%. I think a good spot here is right around like 20-25% for pre-flop raise, as you want to be playing your best 20% of hands in poker. Or so I'm told. What do I know? Voluntary put in pot between two players here, both at a solid 51%. Joanna, in this potential final hand with 6-9 offsuit, is going to fold her small blind to Makani with queen 10 suited. Doesn't know it, but made a good fold there.
You should have seen the first hit. Was it you and Pierce, right? That makes sense.
Would you beat Pierce with when he had ace? You had ace.
Big blind is always not the button. Small blind is always the button.
Makani's going to put Joanna in a spot here. He's got a suited ace. He's going to jam for 9,000, less than Joanna's full stack. Joanna's pushing chips forward. That's a call. She's going to call with queen 8 offsuit.
Oh, you set it up. No. Of course I'm standing.
Ace.
Remember, I got a screen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
An ace falls. Joanna with really no help here. And Makani ends up boating, runner, boat to double up, well ahead of Joanna now with over double her chips, almost triple. Makani's went to showdown 44% of the time. Let's look at the stack sizes here. Just about triple Joanna's stack. Sorry that graphic went away so fast. It keeps going by itself. Joanna has a pair of sixes and just calls. Makani could get in a lot of trouble here, but he's going to check the big blind. Jack 10-5, no help to anybody. Joanna's sixes are still best. She's going to check again. Another 10 rolls off, and this might be a good bluff spot for Makani. He's going to jam on the second 10. He does think it's a good bluff spot. And she's going to call with the best hand. Makani's going to double her up real quick, most likely. He's a couple outs. 6 outs here for Makani.
Queen, jack, king.
That's all he needs is just queen or a jack. A 5 rolls off. And Joanna's 2 pair with 6s and 10s is still better than Makani's 2 pair with 5s, 10s, and a queen. Gets looked up for his all-in by queens. And that is our broadcast. It looks like Joanna here in this seat, sorry, on the left of side of our table, is the winner We're going to look at a second game here soon, people. Maybe 20 minutes. I need to go get some food. You might have a different commentator. Maybe Eric will come join you again. But thanks for joining us. And we will see you for game 2 starting in about 20 minutes. Nope. Yeah, something like that. See you guys.
10 minutes. 10 minutes next game.
Been told 10 minutes. Hey everybody, welcome back to Hava Poker. Sorry for the late start on the commentary. I had to get some food, and then a piece of art I commissioned actually just got finished, so I had to compliment the artist and get them paid and do all that stuff. Completely unrelated to the stream, but just letting you know where I was. Let's look at how we're doing here. We're looking at our main table. We actually have 2 tables going right now. Pretty cool stuff. Hava Free Poker on Sundays is growing pretty steadily. Looking at the stack sizes here, it looks like Luke took down that first hand I wasn't here for. And it looks like he took the money off Rob, didn't he? Starting our blinds at 25-25. Looking at our table here, we have just about the same table we had last time, except we have Yosh and Theo in the mix here. Let's get a look at them. There's Theo in the hoodie on the left, and Yosh in the sweater vest in the middle. Sweater vest, kind of, sort of. Anyway, there's Rob and Georgia in seat 9 and 10, right next to the dealer. A lot of people calling in this hand. We'll talk about the cards after we see a flop. Georgia and Sonia both with ace-8 off